Thank you so much and welcome to our channel. This is Learn All Tutorial Center, whereby we teach on various applications and softwares. Today we are in Microsoft Office. I'll be teaching you some of the must-have skills in Microsoft Office, as you can see. So this is our home. This is how our home views, and this is the insert. This is page layout. This is reference, this is my links, this is review, view, and Acrobat. But we shall be using the home. In this first lesson, we shall be using the home. So first of all, we are going to use some specific buttons around here. Not all buttons that we are going to use them, but we are going to use some vital buttons around here. So first of all, we need to write something. So let us start by writing a text. How can you write our text? You grab your keyboard, then start typing. So let us type. Let us try to type and say, I'm very sorry, I had not put in my keyboard. So the coming of the moon in 1996. So we've typed the coming of the moon in 1996. This is my sketchy story, but you don't need to mind about it. So we have to make copies of it. We have to make copies of it so that we can use this particular text in different areas. So I'll have to highlight it. For you to highlight, first put your cursor at the beginning right here. Then after putting it at the beginning, then you hold Shift, then the right arrow key. So whenever you press the right arrow key, the highlight will move. After you finishing to highlight, you can go right here where there is copy. If you need to cut, you go right here where there is cut, but you can go where there is copy. So you press copy. After you copying, then you press enter. After you pressing enter, then you right click. After right clicking, then you go right here. That means you've copied and pasted. You can let us paste for so many times because we're going to use them. I think that would be enough. That would be enough. Now, these are our texts we are going to use in this lesson. We are going to use these texts. So first of all, let us begin with bolding. In case you're told to bold, in case you're told to make this particular word thick. In order for you to bold, that means they are telling you to thicken something, or to make something thick, or to make a word thick. So first of all, we have to highlight. I think you remember very well how we highlighted. So after you highlighting, you go where there is B, this B. As you can see, if you move your cursor or if you hover your cursor around, they even show you what it does, that if you press Ctrl plus B, it is bold. Let us try to press Ctrl plus B. Yeah, sorry. So when you highlight and press Ctrl and B, it is bold, or it has turned into bold. It is thickened. It is thick, as you can see. It is darker more than these other text, as you can see. So that is how we can bold. Or if you've not pressed Ctrl plus B, let us try to undo. So if you've not pressed Ctrl plus B, then you can highlight it. After highlighting, you click on where there is B, that thick B. That means our word should be bold, as you can see. In case, so let us go to another thing, that is making the word slanting or making it italic. So we are going to make this text italic. How can we make this text italic? In order for you to make this text italic, that means you're going to go to where there is this letter which is slanting, I which is slanting. So when you hover around it, they will show you that it is italicized the selected text. So this is our text, our selected text. So we can italicize it from here. So we can just press it. As you can see, it has become somehow slanting, as you can see. So we can remove. We can also use the shortcut as I've told you. We can use Ctrl+I. If you press Ctrl and I, we can still make it italic. We can still make it italic. I hope you've learned that. Let us go to another thing. Let us say they've told us to underline this text. How can we underline this text? You go to where there is U, this U which is underlined. But under this U, there is a drop down. So we click on the drop down. There are so many different ways or different lines you can use. So you can choose a line from here, then it appears right here. You can choose which line you want, then it appears on the word you want to underline. It depends on what you want. So you can just press on where there is U, or rather you can use a shortcut which is Ctrl+U. When you hover around, they show you the shortcut which you can use to underline or italic or bold. So let us go to another thing, that is putting a strike through. So how can you put a strike through? First of all, a strike through is a line crossing into a word or in the middle of a word. So how can we do this? So you move your cursor to where there is ABC, which is having a line in the middle of it, or a line which is cancelling them. So when you go right here, then you click on it, our word is crossed out, or the strike through comes in it. So this is called a strike through. In order for you to draw that line into the word, you can just click on this. Then a strike through is made. Now let us go to another thing. So they will be telling you that, or they can tell you that how can you change the font of a text. So I'll be showing you how you can change the font of a text in Microsoft Office. So what we should do is, you need to highlight first that specific word you need to change. Then you go right here where there is Calibri border. In some Microsoft Offices, there are different text you can find here, or different fonts you can find here. So when you click on the drop down, you can choose the font you want to use. So I've chosen Adobe Haiti STD. So it is what I've chosen here. So you can choose different font styles from here. You can choose whatever pleases you from here. So, but I've chosen Adobe Haiti STD. That's what I've chosen. But you can choose a different font style that suits your work. Then, in case we are told to increase on the font size, how can we increase on the font size? We go right here where there is 11. We are seeing 11. But in your Microsoft Office, there is 12, there is 24. There are so many, but you can choose from here. So, whenever I hover around, or whenever I move my cursor on a different number, my font changes, my font size changes. So that is how you can change your font size in Microsoft Office. Thank you so much for watching my video. Consider subscribing for more videos like this.